I've only seen little things on Twitter and Facebook about the State of the Union, other people's opinions on it, but I didn't hear really any of President Obama's opinions or anything like that.
I would think that it's a good thing. The cost of living nowadays has gone up dramatically, whereas the minimum wage hasn't. So it'll be helpful for those that are in the lower income bracket.
And you did say $10, so that was pretty nice. When I heard that, I was like, okay, I hope it does something about that.
Well, I mean, this has been one of the things that sort of plagued him in that he tends to want to have a populist agenda, but income inequality is getting worse. And so this is probably one of the things that he can do, and he's trying to do it sort of unilaterally by increasing the wages, minimum wages of federal contract employees. But I think that he's got to, at some point, address the fact that this income inequality has grown in his 5-6 years as president.
As someone who is being paid minimum wage right now, I agree with that. But I also read something about he is pushing his powers a little bit by doing this. He's overriding what presidents usually do. But I do agree with what he wants to do. As someone who is, the middle class being paid this, I do agree with it.
I don't really have a yes or no opinion on it. Pretty indifferent towards it.
Well, I guess it's understandable just because there's not a lot of cooperation.
Quite frankly, Republicans right now simply make too good of a living off of bashing Obama. It would be really difficult for them to turn around and then cooperate with him on anything and survive a primary. So they've sort of painted themselves into a corner. That's also painted Obama into a corner. So I think it's going to be tough sledding ahead.
I think it would be beneficial to get the legislation through at a faster pace, and if that's what he needs to do, then I think it would be a good thing.
I think that everyone should just come together and agree on something rather than just overriding other people's power with it.
He is just pushing over them. There's got to be something we don't know about. If they're not agreeing with him, then why is he having to do this?
The interesting thing was that Obama did talk about last night was a lot of state and local governments. And they had the governor of Kentucky. Look, they have to govern every single day. And they can't deal with this hyper-partisanship that we can do in Washington. So maybe red and blue in Washington, but it's starting to look purple everywhere else.